What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the brand new idea, the Tesla bot. I don't know if it's going to be called the Tesla bot, but it says here that it's the Tesla bot. We're going to be looking at the new Tesla bot that Elon Musk plans on coming out with to help with minuscule tasks, apparently. Things like packaging and stocking, things of that nature. Maybe some cashiering as well, I would assume. Things that are minimum wage jobs. Now, there's going to be some things that I bring up that I think are concerning to me. You guys might disagree, but to me, there's going to be a little bit of a concern with a couple things that I will bring out either after the video or throughout the video. So the link to this full video is going to be down in the description. Make sure you guys subscribe to them and to me as well if you'd like the video. And then also like the video as well. It's greatly appreciated so that I can get to more people throughout the world. So we're going to watch this video. I'm going to react in between, and I hope you guys enjoy. All right. Looks like a very slick design. Now it's very human-like. It looks very slick, like a very neat and proper design. It's not really jumbled up together like you would see in some other robot movies, like a square head and things like that. It's very human-like, which is very weird. But I mean, I guess we're gonna have to give it a shot. So let's keep going. So I'm gonna assume that that is someone in a costume and that their movements are not that human-like. So I think we can rule out this being a prototype. But if that's the design that they're going for, I'm surprised that it's not like a full white robot or a full black colored robot. I don't really like the whole neck head design or like the bottom. I think it should just be one solid color is what I'm getting at. So if you're going to go with the black, I think you should go all black or the all white. I think you should probably have a mixture of both. I think both designs would look really cool if they were fully black or fully white or whatever color you choose, whatever color, maybe it could be by company colors. So if it's something like Walmart, they could have like blue robots, to match the color design. And then obviously other businesses like McDonald's could have yellow or red or something like that. But I think it should be a full color scheme. But that's just me. Well, let's just keep on with the video.
All right. Thank you.
Fan favorite Elon there.
Unlike Dojo, obviously that was not real. So Dojo is real. The Tesla bot will be real. But basically, if you think about what we're doing right now with the cars, Tesla is arguably the world's biggest robotics company because our cars are, like I said, semi-sentient robots on wheels. And with the full self-driving computer, essentially the inference engine on the car, which will keep evolving, obviously, and Dojo, and all of the neural nets recognizing the world, understanding how to navigate through the world. It kind of makes sense to put that onto a humanoid form. And we're also quite good at sensors and batteries and actuators. So we think we'll probably have a prototype sometime next year.
So obviously he goes on to say that they're planning on having a prototype next year. I'm not sure on the deadline that they have. Maybe he'll mention it in the video. I haven't seen this video yet, so this is my full reaction to it. But to me, I understand that they're trying to make sort of like an advancement in their technology, since they're in cars, obviously, and then some other things as well. But I don't know if this is necessarily the route to go. Now, I'm going to give my full thoughts once he gets into, hopefully, once he gets into what the Tesla bot is designed to do. But for now, to me, I think it's going to cause a lot of problems for us in people that need those kinds of jobs. But I'll get into it as we go on with the video.
That basically looks like this. And it's intended to be friendly, of course.
Hopefully.
And navigate through a world built for humans and eliminate dangerous, repetitive, and boring tasks.
So I understand that it eliminates dangerous, repetitive, and boring tasks, obviously, as you can see there. And we'll go through the height and the weight and things like that. But by eliminating those repetitive and boring tasks, that's essentially getting rid of jobs in the economy, which those jobs tend to go to teenagers or college students that just need some kind of starting cash. At my age, I do a repetitive job. So in reality, my job can be replaced by this Tesla bot. Now, it might be convenient for other people that have that kind of wage, that have a higher salary, that can afford to do this. But for teenagers and high schoolers that are looking to gain some sort of income before they go into college, and they have all this college debt and bills and things like that, it's kind of getting rid of the opportunity to do that. Now, I don't know if there's going to be some sort of jobs that are created from the Tesla bot. I highly doubt it. Jobs that high schoolers can do. But for me, it's kind of concerning that people of my age would lose their jobs to a Tesla bot. And a Tesla bot is obviously going to be a lot cheaper than it would be for a human. A human, you have to pay every week. Pay a Tesla bot. You buy a Tesla bot one time, and then obviously repairs. But a Tesla bot is going to be a lot cheaper than hiring a human to do the job. Now, I think eliminates dangerous repetitive tasks. I'm slightly okay with the dangerous tasks, but at the same time, I don't want to get rid of, like I said, those jobs that teenagers and college students do. They need some kind of financial income, and those are the jobs that are generally given to high schoolers and college people, are dangerous, repetitive, and boring jobs. That's just generally how it is. So let's say, for example, that you're a cashier. A Tesla bot can take all the jobs of a cashier because it's designed to be friendly, and it's designed to eliminate repetitive tasks, which would fall under the nature of a cashier. A cashier scans some items, takes the money, and then bags the items. A Tesla bot can do the exact same thing, is what I'm assuming is going to happen. So in reality, all these bigger companies can hire Tesla bots or buy Tesla bots to get rid of having to pay humans and having to have someone on income to do this job. Now, obviously, cashiers are already being replaced by self-checkouts. But in the areas that there are still cashiers, there are obviously still human cashiers. And that automatically gets rid of those jobs. That's my main concern, is that the Tesla bot is going to get rid of jobs for people of my age that need to have some start or some semblance of financial income so that they can step out into the world and be prepared for the future. Now, obviously, I probably won't be of this age where it will affect me, but in the future, it could definitely affect your children or your grandchildren. This could be a huge change in how teenagers, high schoolers, and college students make their money. How are they going to make their money? I'm not sure. But if this goes into effect, it's going to take a lot of jobs away.
We're setting it such that it is at a mechanical level, at a physical level, you can run away from it. Um, and most likely overpower it.
Most likely. That's
hopefully that doesn't
nice.
ever happen, but you never know. So it'll be a light, yeah, anyway, 5 miles an hour. If you can run faster than that, you'll be fine.
Yeah, like you said, let's go over like the height and the weight and things like that. 5 miles an hour speed, that's like walking speed. Like I think maybe like a brisk walk. I'm not sure on how fast a regular walking speed is, but 5 miles, people will be able to outrun that. Let's say hypothetically robots take over. Hypothetically, 5 miles an hour, I think I can outrun that. I think most people could outrun that unless you're of the older age. Sorry to all those grandmas out there. You might fall victim to the Tesla bot. But 5'8", 125, you should be able to overpower that. Most adults should be able to. Carrying capacity is 45 pounds. That's usually, I would say, about the average lifting weight that is safe for most of these dangerous repetitive jobs without somebody else helping you. Maybe a little bit heavier than that, but I would say around that weight. Deadlifting 150, that's pretty average, like I said. And then arm extend lift is 10 pounds. I'm not sure what that means. Is it like you just stick your arms out like this and lift? I feel like I can lift heavier than 10 pounds if I have my arms fully extended, but that doesn't really matter to me. Doesn't really affect me, obviously, but 5'8", 125. I think 5'8" is probably around the average height of a human in the United States, at least. I could be wrong. I have no idea. But 5'8" seems like about an average height, and then the weight's obviously a lot less heavy so that you can overpower it, and then the speed is obviously slow so you can outrun it. So they're very realistic to humans. Obviously, they have a very human-like figure. They're a relative height, and they just have a lot of human aspects to them. They've got fingers and thumbs, and the whole shape of the Tesla bot is very human. I don't think it has toes. It doesn't look like it. I can't really tell, but it doesn't look like it has toes. But it's very human-like, and it could be a good idea, but I'm also still concerned about the younger people getting jobs and being able to have their own sort of income. So that's just my opinion, but let's just keep going with it here.
So, yeah, it's around 5'8". Has sort of a screen where the head is for useful information, but it's otherwise basically got the autopilot system in it. So it's got cameras, got 8 cameras, and yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if he's just doing a bad job explaining it or what, but it looks like. Let's see if I can get. Oh, I just went past. Hold up, one sec here. All right. I was gonna say, hopefully I can get this part down here, but I can kind of read it. So, like it says on the top, 5'8", 125. That's pretty average for height. A little on the low, obviously a little on the low side for weight. Screen for useful information in the face area. That is a very handy idea. Definitely takes away from the human aspect of it. So that's kind of nice. It's made out of lightweight materials, which is very nice if we, for some reason, would have to fight robots. Like that most likely won't happen, but hypothetically speaking, lightweight materials are probably a little bit cheaper, and it's also going to be easier to carry them around. They also kind of creep me out a little bit. Um, 4 electromechanical actuators, I think. So I think those are kind of like maybe like muscles, but like for a robot. 12 in the arms, 2 in the neck, 2 in the torso, 12 in the hands, and 12 in the legs. It looks like to me that they're like muscles, sort of. So that's kind of where maybe their main source of being able to lift, or their main kind of functioning, comes from. And then they have human level hands, so very human like. They have 2-axis feet for balancing, so very human like as well. And they have force feedback sensing. So I guess maybe if something drops on their foot, they'll be able to tell that, hey, my foot's being crushed. Kind of like a human, maybe like kind of like a nerve system would be for like a human, but it's for a robot. So I think that's what I'm getting at. I'm not sure. I'm not a mechanically inclined person, but that's, I think, what they're getting at there.
Full self-driving computer, and making use of all of the same tools that we use in the car. So, I mean, things that I think that are really hard about having a useful humanoid robot is, can it navigate through the world without being explicitly trained? I mean, without explicit, like, line-by-line instructions. Can you talk to it and say, you know, please pick up that bolt and attach it to the car with that wrench, and it should be able to do that.
I want to get off the slide in case they change it. So has autopilot cameras, FSD computer, multiple cam video neutral networks, neural networks, neural net planning, auto labeling, simulation and tools, FSD hardware, dojo training. Like you said, a lot of this stuff comes from the autopilot on Tesla cars, on self-driving cars. So I don't know what exactly this would be for. Looks like it's just a big kind of computer system that kind of gives the robot, the AI, the opportunity to kind of understand what it's doing, is what I'm getting at. I mean, it's got some kind of video network, so maybe it can understand, like, this is where the bolt goes, and I'm supposed to put it here because it can see and understand that's where it goes. But I'm not really sure. I'm sure he'll get into it a little bit.
It should be able to, please go to the store and get me the following groceries, that kind of thing. So, yeah, I think we can do that. And yeah, this I think will be quite profound, because if you say it like, what is the economy? It is at the foundation, it is labor. So, what happens when there is, no shortage of labor? This is why I think long term that there will need to be universal basic income. Yeah. But not right now, because this robot doesn't work. So we just need a minute. So yeah, but I think it's essentially in the future, physical work will be a choice. If you want to do it, you can, but you won't need to do it.
I understand where he's getting at with that, but I don't think it's necessarily gonna be a choice. It's not a choice of humans to do that physical work. It's more a choice of the corporations to do that physical work. Because obviously the Tesla bot is, like I said, going to be a lot cheaper than getting a human to do the job. I mean, the Tesla bot only needs repairs and things like that, and you pay for it one time. Whereas a human, you have to pay a paycheck every single week or every 2 weeks. Like I said, I'm a little concerned about how there's not going to be a lot of jobs. I mean, like, available once this bot comes out. There's going to be a lot of physically demanding jobs that are going to be gone. And like he said, physical jobs will be kind of a choice. Well, mental jobs or intelligent based jobs aren't necessarily for high schoolers and college students and things, people along those lines, because a lot of companies want you to have a 4-year degree or a 2-year degree for you to be a part of their company. Depending on where you go, obviously, there's some options for you to not have an education at all. But for those people that don't have an education, they kind of rely on their physical activities, such as mechanics or electricians, plumbers, people of that nature are more focused on a physical aspect. I mean, it's a lot of handiwork per se. And what he's kind of, I think, alluding to is that there's not going to be a need for that, necessity for that, which is ultimately taking away jobs. So for me, that's a concern, that we are not going to have as many opportunities to have some kind of income. There's not going to be a lot of choices for jobs because of this bot that's coming in. I do, however, respect his confidence. He's very confident in him and his team in creating this bot, this Tesla bot, and being able to figure it out to make it work. Obviously, he just has the idea put in place, but personally, I don't think that I would be surprised if the Tesla bot is out within the next 5 years. I think they're going to come up with a prototype, and it's not going to be really in use until maybe, I would say, anywhere past 20. I assume they're probably shooting for 2025, so I would assume 2025. Obviously, that's 4 years from now, but sometime in 2025, I think, is when they will actually come out with the Tesla bot. So for me, I obviously won't be in that age range where I'll have to necessarily worry about doing physically demanding jobs. But for people lower than me in age, they are in a lot of trouble in terms of finding their income. So, and obviously, they're not all just going to buy Tesla bots right away. It's going to be an experimental phase. It might take a few years for everyone to get an idea of how the Tesla bot works, but I'm sure Tesla's partnering with some big corporations to make the Tesla bot have a chance in the economy, I guess. So, and then he goes on about universal exchange system. There probably should be some kind of type of universal payment that we can all agree on. I can agree with him on that. I'm concerned on how we're going to be able to do something like that, based on just because everyone's economy is so different. Like Venezuela's economy is absolutely terrible right now in terms of how much one Venezuelan dollar costs compared to a United States dollar. I think it's in the millions. For like one US dollar is like 1.2 million Venezuelan dollars or something like that. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. It's something that I read a while ago, so it could be even worse than that, or it could be better. But there's a lot of economies like that that are suffering right now, and I'm kind of concerned on how we're going to be able to make one universal form of payment. So, but that's just my opinion on kind of the universal payment thing. I do think that it should happen, but it's going to be a lot harder than it seems.
And yeah, I think it obviously has profound implications for the economy because given that the economy at its foundational level is labor, I mean, capital equipment is just distilled labor, then is there any actual limit to the economy? Maybe not. So, yeah, join our team and help build this. All right, so I think we'll have everyone come back on the stage, and you guys can ask questions if you'd like. Yeah.
I think that's probably close to the general summary of the video, but we'll keep going and see if there's anything else. That looks like the actual design of the. That must be the actual design of the robot, because obviously there wouldn't be a camera guy going right up next to it, and it looks a little bit shinier than the obviously the real person in the costume. So I think that's kind of what it's going to look like. Like I said, I don't really like the whole half and half thing. I think it should be a full black or a full white. I think it would be a lot better of a. I don't know how to explain it. I think it's going to look a lot better if it was just a full on white or a full on black, or even both, really. I mean, but I don't necessarily like the design. I hope that they change the design, but that might be a necessary thing for it to look like that. I'm not really sure, like I said, on all the uh, mechanical things that go into it. All right, that must be the whole thing. Let me go back here. Go back right here. So if you want to join Tesla's team, there's the link. But like I said, I'm very concerned that there's going to be a lot of jobs that are lost. And he goes on to say that, is the economy really limited? Yes. I mean, it's not an infinite, there's not an infinite amount of jobs out there. Hence why there's so many people that are unemployed. Now, whether you believe that those people could find a job or they can't find a job, that's your opinion, but there is a limit to how many jobs are available in the economy, because there's a limit to how many businesses there are in the economy. There's not an infinite number of businesses and there's not an infinite number of jobs. So I think that he is very excited, he being Elon, excited about the idea for the Tesla bot. I think it's kind of concerning for some other people. I don't know if he necessarily thought about the repercussions into that, and I don't know if there's going to be any kind of regulations that come up in terms of laws, like there's a national minimum wage law. Well, is there going to be a national minimum bot number, Tesla bot number? I don't know. Like, I mean, my main fear is that these Tesla bots are going to come in and all the people, all the high schoolers and college students, and even some of the adults who need some form of job are going to lose their jobs to Tesla bots. It's a lot cheaper. But I think that's going to wrap it up for me in this video. Comment down below what you think about the Tesla bot and whether you think it'll shake up the economy in a good way or a bad way. Personally, I think it's going to be in a bad way. I like the idea, but it's concerning to me. If you like the video, please smash that thumbs up button. Also subscribe as well. And also go check out the full video down below if you'd like to check it out again sometime. But for me, that is going to be it. I'll see you guys later. Peace out, my friends.